All right, beautiful people. Welcome back to another amazing and impactful episode of the True Health Forever podcast, where we try to live our life life through the lens of holistic health. I'm your host, Devon Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game. And for the first time in 2021, I have with me the surprised, the beautiful, the smiling, the curl-rific potluck CEO queen herself. Talk to
The girl's holding on by a thread, let me tell you.
him.
What's up, party people? My name is Sinclair, aka
The
the
health
Health
nerd.
Nerd. And yes, excited to be here in 2021. I for real cannot believe that we are already in
All right.
2021.
It did kind of just like Zoom, and it was like 2021. Literally Zoom because we've been on Zoom
Literally.
all life. But yeah,
2020 happened on Zoom.
it did. Fact. Shout out to Zoom technology. Shout out to Google Meet, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Without you, 2020 would be very lonely.
Would have been rough.
Look. But yeah, happy new year to you. Let us know what your goals are, what your resolutions are, what your plans are in the comments if you care to share. We would definitely love to see how the True Health Forever community platform can help you with your goals, specifically obviously with anything health related. Like, come on, tap in. We
Holistic,
got you.
right?
Come
You're
through.
talking holistic too.
Yeah.
You're trying to decrease your stress. That still helps.
That's still health. You're trying to increase your pocketbook. You know what I'm saying? That's still economic health. So anyway, tap into us. Let us know. But let's do a quick little tap in. Hey,
Sorry.
she's a dancer. She can't help it,
I
y'all.
really can't.
So let's do a quick kind of. I don't know how quick this one's gonna be.
The check-in.
Yeah, the quick check in on the week, and then what we're gonna do is go over the under construction retreat. Which, if you listen to the podcast, episode 20, we went over the concept of under construction, and during the podcast episode, we were like, "Huh, maybe we should try to actually host a retreat and actually do it in person, live." And we're like, "You know what? We'll think about it." But we actually did it, y'all. So we'll go a little bit on like how that went, and then also we're going to do the Daniel fast starting tomorrow. So we're also getting into that. So stay tuned if you're interested in the under construction retreat. If you're interested in what the Daniel fast is and different recipes, definitely hold on tight because we're going to talk about it very soon. But first, let's get into our weekly recap. Queen.
I'm feeling pretty darn good.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
That's good.
I feel like after vacation, I'm always
Mm-hmm.
refreshed a little bit. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like especially because this wasn't just a vacation like away from, from 9 to 5 work or,
Mm-hmm.
chores and things like that. But it was, I feel like because we did do a lot of reflection, a lot of planning for 2021,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it makes even more so. I feel like with the start of the new year, I feel like it is even more so just like almost like a rebirth afterwards. Like,
Coming out your cocoon.
yes, like
Stronger, better, faster. One of
um
her goals this year is to become a ninja. Just so y'all know, I'm very excited to see the transformation.
yeah, so me too. But yeah, overall just feeling very pumped up, very excited.
Mm,
I feel like it did give, because we have so many things going on in our normal life, it did just really give the time to just like slow down.
mm,
And like we didn't really have too many things on the agenda for each day, so it was really nice to kind of just slow down and really just think about like, okay, so what is this year about to look like,
mm,
all right, so literally like on the drive back, like using that time to be productive, like, all right,
mm,
Mondays we doing this, Tuesdays we doing this, Wednesdays, so kind of just setting aside that schedule, which is something that I wanted to get better at this year, was time management.
mm.
um so yeah, I feel like overall I'm feeling pretty good. My vibrations
Yes.
are good. I'm excited, a little bit like anxious, nervous for the Daniel fast.
Hmm.
But more excited just because I know we're about to be feeling amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So for me, everything the Queen said, shout out to Daniel and Megan. So we did just go up to Lake Tahoe, and we didn't expect them to drive the whole way, but they just drove.
Bless
And I
y'all.
was like, all
Bless
right,
y'all.
I'm just gonna sit back here. I was even sleeping at time just in case they're like, all right, Devon, we're gonna switch, you go drive now. I wanted to make sure I had energy, so I
Right.
took a nap and I woke up. It was like, oh, you still driving? All right. Sure. So shout out to Daniel Megan for driving. Shout out to Denzel, TC, Ryan for coming with us on the under construction retreat. It was definitely one of the fun ones. I think, usually we like to travel internationally to get a little bit of different culture. But I think obviously COVID we couldn't do that. But traveling to Tahoe, getting the snow culture, being in our little cabin with our squad, it was fun. Yeah, definitely some legendary moments that we're not going to share on the podcast, but some for
Had to
sure
be there.
fun and legendary moments come next year.
Mhm.
All right. You ready to do a podcast? Ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. All right, still hitting the wall in 2021.
We're bringing it over.
Yeah, you got to carry some traditions over. Obviously, there's a lot of things we want to stay in 2020. You can stay right there, and don't you ever come into the future.
Lock the key.
Right. Ooh, and swallow the key. Yes, but there's some things that we do want to definitely keep going into 2021. Do you want to start off with under construction, or do you want to start off? Oh, yeah, that was we had not. All right. So under construction retreat. And again, if you didn't listen to the full podcast, episode 20, definitely go back and listen to it. But the overall kind of theme or goal of it was if you look at yourself as a castle, as a grand mansion, as a temple. That's what we talked about. Good job, Queen. Okay. If you look at yourself as a temple, you obviously need to construct that temple. You need to renovate that temple. You need to make sure you maintain it and all that good stuff. So we go through the 4 steps on creating or renovating your temple. The first one is to self-assess yourself, right? So find out what your love languages are. Why am I talking from like I don't have a whole booklet? So what am I doing? So we did create a nice under construction Truvel Forever booklet. The Queen thinks that we should make this available online for free. I am somewhat in support.
I said online.
I'll just put it
I'm always
online.
an advocate. You would charge $1 or $2. Go.
$1 or $2. All right. So this is going to be available on the True Health Forever website. True Health, the number 4 ever. Go ahead and check it out. We'll probably leave a link below for the download as well. But it goes through first. Step 0 is making your commitment, right? So it's just really putting your name, putting today's date, and saying that you do commit to doing this work. Y'all be surprised at like how one, it's a little bit of like, oh, dude, do I want to sign it? Even though it's just with yourself.
Right.
It's like,
there's literally no signature. Right. It's not a contract, but
right.
It's just like,
Right. But because you're writing it down, it makes it that much more serious to you. And the likelihood of you accomplishing the goals that you write in here are now increased.
I feel like because the other side of it, sorry to bring it this way, but it's like, if for some reason you don't stick to what you're saying, it's like the fact that you wrote yes there but you didn't stick to it, it's like, dang, I failed myself.
Exactly. You don't want to fail yourself. So keep it realistic. Do goals that you think are possible for yourself, but go ahead and commit. Put the yes, hopefully no peer pressure, but put the yes on there. We go through a pre-check-in, which is basically just trying to figure out how you feel before completing this process, what words you use to describe yourself. I'm not going to give you all the goods. Go to the website, download it. But that's basically the little pre-check-in. And then step 1 is self-assessing yourself. And this, I think, was the most, not fun is a strong word, but it was the most enlightening that we did with the group. Because me and the Queen have done love languages before together. So, your love language wasn't a surprise. But it was cool to hear, Megan, Daniel, Denzel, Ryan. It was cool to be able to see their love languages and be able to have like a cool discussion about it, especially as Black men. I feel like that's never ever on the list
on the hike. Y'all didn't talk about your love languages.
We definitely didn't. No, we definitely didn't. So I think it's interesting to know my fellow friend, my fellow kings, their love languages. That way also as a friend, if I want to make sure I'm showing love, boom, it's all good. Yep. So yeah, that was really good. And then another one that we did was the social styles test, so figuring out what type of person you are. Are you a
analytical?
Are you apparently, according to this test, I was a driver, even though usually I'm a, what's it called? Expressive person. But I think I'm a hybrid in 2021, I'm a different beast this year.
Mind you, these words that I'm using, there's a million different kind of ways that you can do the social styles. This
Mm-hmm.
is kind of a simplified one. There is like the disc assessment, which is almost the same thing. So like a driver is the, God, I don't remember what they call it.
Pilot.
Pilot. These are based off of like ET's
Shout ET, Carl,
ETA, yeah,
CJ, what's
and
up?
their flight assessment. So like an analytical is the air
Ground
traffic
screw.
control.
Oh, yeah.
Air traffic control. Expressive is flight attendant. The driver is the pilot, and the amiable is the grounds crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There it is. So yeah, step 1, self-assess, figure out your love language. You're gonna write down your goals, your gifts, all that good stuff. Step 2, let me flip the page on them. Wow. Step 2 is going to be building your team. And this is centered around, obviously, if you're building a house, unless you got it like that, you don't want to be building the house by yourself, right? You got to want maybe a carpenter in there. Maybe you're going to have a plumber, some painters, some interior decorators, whatever you need. You need your team. So this kind of goes through the same process per goal. Who do you need in your life to help you get to that goal, both friend-wise and also professional help, all right? Step 3. I drew a cool little picture over here. You're not gonna be able to see it, but
you were into the drawings. That was nice. I didn't actually draw anything.
Yeah, I mean, I was drawing. Megan did little drawings. Vern, I saw you drawing a little bit. It's just cool for different people who learn in different ways or maintain different information different ways. You know, boom, draw a little something, something. Step 3 is the hardest part for sure.
Yeah.
But maybe the most important part, and this is like construction, right? So when you're building a house, you need to lay the bricks, you need to hammer the wood. I don't know, I don't build stuff, but I assume you're building, you're constructing. So we're going through what are the habits that will help you build the amazing temple or castle that is yourself, right? So every day, what can you be doing? Every week, what can you be doing? Every month, what can you be doing to get you just one step closer to that big, beautiful, amazing goal that you set at the beginning, right? And then lastly, yeah, I got another picture there. There you go. And then lastly is the after repair value, the ARV. So when you are complete, when you are done with all of your goals, when you completed all your habits, what does the after Devon Temple, the after Sinclair Castle look like? How do you feel? What are you able to do? What are you able to give to other people? All that good stuff, right? So, Queen, how did you enjoy the under construction retreat, or how did you not enjoy it? I don't want to sway you either way, you know.
This part of it, or in general?
Let's do both.
I really enjoyed the kind of filling out the booklet as a group, because we do talk about these things all the time. So I think being able to do it with a group, not only do you learn about what other people are trying to do, you learn about their personalities, like you said, their love languages and things like that. But it also, like, when we were able to share resources, like when we, especially when we got to like the habit building section and things like that, it was like, oh, okay, well, I'm trying to do this, and learned about new apps you can use to schedule posts and things like that. So I think being able to give, because we did have different social styles, we did have different love languages, different personalities, different backgrounds that were represented. So I feel like being able to do it as a group was really cool, just to get those different perspectives, and get different advice. Everybody was really open to advice, which was cool too, because obviously you're able to get advice from, again, different perspectives, but then also you're able to give advice, like even on like something that you may not even necessarily know about. Like, I know nothing about the logistics or transportation industry, but I do know about this, maybe look into this or that. So I liked the group aspect of it, I think, the most. That was really cool. Yeah,
love it. And then overall, it was a vacation / retreat. So I mean, we woke up and did this. Listen, y'all, on the schedule, right, on the quote unquote schedule that we had, we were supposed to be doing these every morning at about 9:30 or 10 a.m. There wasn't one day, not one day that everyone woke up and we did it on time. But I do appreciate that everyone did do it. Well, not everyone did it, but most people did do it each day. So that was fun. It may have been at 12 o'clock. It may have been at 2 o'clock, but we got it done. Because we were also still having fun. It was New Year's. Y'all know what goes down for New Year's. So, people were waking up a little bit later. But I think it was a great kind of combination of what we usually do on vacations, right? The fun stuff, but also the like kind of like conference type stuff. Like how can we actually self-develop? How can we have these conversations? And it didn't feel too overwhelming to where it felt like we were working the whole
Right.
weekend,
It
because it
didn't.
was like hour and a half, 2 hours tops. Daniel led some workouts. Shout out to Daniel.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was dope, bro. I
It
don't
was
know.
fun. It was
It
really
was
fun.
dope.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, shout out. Let's do it again next year. Apparently next year we're supposed to go to Africa, right?
We were supposed to go this year.
Supposed to go this year, but you know the vid stops things. But hopefully
Mm-hmm.
2021 again, we're leaving some things back somewhere over there, and we're moving forward. So the Queen's our travel logistics person. She'll handle all that. I'll do the under construction type stuff. Daniel, hopefully you come again. You do the fitness stuff. Yeah, we got a little squad.
Everybody's got their role.
Let's do it. So transitioning a little bit to the next part. One of my goals that I wrote down is I want to weigh 205 by my birthday, which is in a month, and I want to weigh 195 by July 7th. I'm currently 215, and something that is going to help me get there is the Daniel fast. All right.
It is.
So let's go ahead and transition over to talking about what the Daniel fast is and how we are going to survive in it.
We'll be fine.
All right, Queen. We did an episode. I don't remember what episode this was. Maybe like 37, 36 with Eat Plants and Prosper. Shout out to Whitney. It was very, very high frequency, good vibe interview or podcast episode. Good stuff. Definitely gonna have her back.
Yep.
But she peer pressured me. She peer pressured me into doing the Daniel fast. The Queen was definitely on board. I need a little bit of convincing. But Queen, can you please break down what the Daniel fast is and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so just kind of really high level, the Daniel fast is basically it is centered around
get comfortable. There we go.
It is centered around God, but kind of giving God the first 3 weeks of the year, right? Because that's when you're new, you're fresh. So if you start the year off in a good state, then you're more likely to continue on for the rest of the year. But physically what it is a fast. So like there are different kinds of fasts. You can do a water only fast, you can do a juice fast, you can do a intermittent fasting where it's mainly based on the time. So what the Daniel fast is basically, one, it's vegan, so you're not eating any animal products. And I actually have a cheat sheet so I can just go ahead and tell you. But long story short, it is you eliminate animal products and processed foods. And so it is really just a way to kind of detoxify your body by not, like a fast is almost like a detoxification, right? You're giving your body what it needs so that it can get rid of what it doesn't need. So that's basically what you're doing during this fast. Only, really good fruits and vegetables, nuts, whole grains, seeds. Those are all okay, but it just challenges you a little bit to, how can you a lot of it
for some of us
to okay, here's my cheat sheet. So vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans and legumes, nuts and seeds are all okay. Things to avoid are meat and dairy, processed food, sugar, alcohol, caffeine, and fried food.
Unless it is air fried without any oil.
We did just get an air fryer, so we're excited to try that. But yeah, so as you can see, it's just maybe a lot of the things that you probably, when I was going down the list of no-goes, you were probably like, dang, that's everything I enjoy.
Right.
That's kind of the idea is, one, it's not that you're going to be in a state of not enjoying your food for 21 days. We'll get to that in a second. But it is that, you are refraining from a lot of the things that maybe, do provide some type of dopamine. They do provide you that initial like satisfaction, but aren't the best for your body. So that's, in a nutshell, you're giving the first 3 years of she always does it the first 3 years. Wow, 3 years. The first 3 weeks of the year is when the Daniel fast happens.
I didn't want to be that guy. I was just like, she's gonna say it again. You're gonna keep saying 3 years. Well, How deep does this rabbit hole go?
3 weeks, the first 3 weeks. So we are doing 21 days at the beginning of the year. Again, just to detoxify, center yourself. There the actual Daniel fast that we're following is from Eat Plants and Prosper. So she has a whole guide for you. She's got a 30-day meal plan. She's got a Spotify playlist. She's got some yoga flows because she's also a yoga instructor. And then there's also devotionals. So again, it is kind of centered around, God, not that you have to partake in that or believe in God or anything like that to do the Daniel fast. But that's kind of what the origin is. But there are devotionals that, I don't know if you plan on doing them, but I plan on doing them.
I learned about them this morning.
So. Okay, well, we'll be doing them. And it just, honestly, it's just some things to think about, some things to reflect. So like I did read the one from today was something about rebirth. And so really thinking about like kind of like we were saying, like, what are you leaving in the past? What are you bringing in? So yeah, it's kind of a really holistic, I think, kind of program to do to really get yourself in the right mindset for the rest of the year. And I know our plan is to not just go back to exactly how we used to eat right after, because it's like you're gonna gain all the weight back, you're gonna go back to feeling how you feel, but very slowly start to add in things that we want. So maybe we'll slowly start to add in some fish, and our different carbs and grains and things like that, but it's going to be a good way for us to really start this year off on the right foot and then continue it on the right foot.
Get that good momentum going at the beginning of the year.
Exactly.
Love it. So if y'all are interested, definitely either formally join. You can go to eatplantsandprosper.com and go ahead and join the Daniel fast starting January 4th.
It's actually started today. We're starting it a day late. I realized that.
Awkward. All right. Well, you can start with us then.
You can start it whenever you want, right? It's at the end of the day, you can start it in February if you want. But the idea is that you're following these guidelines up to what you are comfortable doing. If this is your first time and you're just like, hey, well, maybe I'll just cut out animal products. Like, okay, start with that, and then next year go the full way. It is what's the word I'm looking for? Join at your comfort level.
Sounds good. So maybe last segment, going over some possible recipes that we're going to be chomping down on during the Daniel fast.
Oh, she also has like snack list. So like these are like guacamole, apples and peanut butter, things like that, like things you could eat, as well as approved restaurants. So if you're like, man, what if I'm out and about and I need some lunch? Chipotle apparently is a good one.
No cheese, no crema.
Exactly. Okay, so some recipes that it's been a struggle, y'all, this morning.
When you come back from vacation,
you're like, so some recipes from Whitney from Eat Plants and Prosper that I'm going to be trying and we're gonna be eating and testing out. I'm excited. Are one, the mushroom stroganoff. So I have actually always loved beef stroganoff. My mom used to make it, and that was one of my favorite meals because I love mushrooms. So and I have actually tried to make a mushroom stroganoff before. It was cool. It was cool. But I think this one's going to be a lot better. So I'm excited to try this one. A jammin' jerk black-eyed peas.
Jammin' jerk black-eyed peas. Okay.
They sound super flavorful. We love jerk seasoning. Facts. We use it a lot on fish. So I'm excited to try it on some black-eyed peas with some rice, some brown rice. And it's gonna be.
I feel like it needs more than that. Yeah.
We could definitely have more than that. Maybe we could do like some greens on the side.
There we go.
Healthy greens.
There we go.
And then.
Oh, is this the Alfredo?
No, although that we could try too. Game time gumbo.
Game time gumbo. I'm here for it, Whitney. Come on, I'm here for it.
That gumbo recipe looked fire.
Gumbo,
so definitely gonna try that.
Animal products.
Yeah, just vegetables.
I'm here for it.
We're gonna try that.
Yep.
And then some other, and those are all recipes you can go ahead and find on eatplantsandprosper.com. Some other recipes that we've already made or already used that we're going to slightly tweak to make it, Daniel fast approved. Are one, quinoa chili.
Fire.
We having that tomorrow.
Yeah. What do we need to change for that one? I mean, there's no cornbread.
Yeah, I think that's really it. Other than that, it's
cornbread.
Sorry,
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, we use like tomato sauce, beans, veggie broth, peppers, onions, corn. So
that one's a really good one. It's filling because all
Yeah.
that quinoa, it has good protein in it. So I would definitely add that one to your list. Although we don't have a recipe to necessarily give you, research it. It's a good one.
So honestly, what I do is I go to the back of any of the chili packet seasonings. They have the instructions on how to make chili. All I do is use that, but I don't add the meat in. I just do vegetables. So I think normally they say like you brown the meat and then you add the seasonings and your tomatoes and beans and stuff like that. I just do the veggies first. So I cook the veggies with some garlic, and then I add the beans and the tomato sauce and whatever and let it stew. And like I cook the quinoa separately and add it last. So it's really simple. You whatever instructions are on the back of like any type of chili packet, you can use that. Just obviously don't add the meat.
Here it is.
Lettuce wraps. So we both
those are fire.
I know.
Without shrimp.
Yeah. So we have made inspired by PF Chang's lettuce wraps. Always love their lettuce wraps.
But they're better and cheaper.
Yes, they are. We made them with shrimp, and they were fire. But what I'm thinking this time is so it was shrimp that was part of it, but it was also nuts. We used water chestnuts, peanuts, zucchini, onions. So I feel like I'm gonna try maybe sweet potatoes. I know the research maybe some vegetarian lettuce wrap recipes to see what's going to be the best, give kind of the best mouthfeel. But I think that like texture and taste wise, those should still be good.
Put a question mark next to it. Okay.
Not fully convinced. That's okay.
I'm not fully convinced. My palate says, the possibility is there.
But also try some tempeh.
I would let's do tempeh and sweet potato if that's not too much.
All right.
No, I'm saying like some tempeh.
Oh,
so we can see which one's better.
Okay, we can do that.
Negotiations, y'all. Go into this year 2021 negotiating to get what you deserve.
There you go. He deserves sweet potato and tempeh.
And shrimp, but I ain't go. I'll wait on it.
Here we go. And then the last one is Thai yellow curry. So that's something we make already with shrimp, but we'll just make it without shrimp and with more veggies. So we'll get our potatoes, our carrots, our onions, add some broccoli, maybe some zucchini and different squashes.
I'm excited for that one.
Yes. Eat it with some brown rice or some cauliflower rice and call it a day because we do like our...
Let the phone jump.
Apparently not our phones.
The phone wants to jump. Let the phone jump.
But yeah, those are kind of like some of the staple or some of the recipes that we're going to try during these 21 days. So as you can see, we will not be deprived. We will still be eating good. And there are many more recipes that you can try at plantsandprosper.com, as well as literally just any type of vegan recipes you can find. But mix some if it's like, man, this uses cheese, like just mix it up a little bit. I feel like don't limit yourself so much to like, I found this recipe, but it has this one ingredient I can't use. Substitute it or make it with it. Like it's never the end of the world. As long as you are making a step towards eating better and feeling better, then that is what matters.
Love it. So again, if you're watching this on YouTube, 1, like and subscribe, and 2, let us know what are your health goals or what are your goals period for 2021. If we can, we definitely want to be a part of supporting your health goals, your economic goals, your social health goals, all of your journey. So definitely comment below, like and subscribe. We appreciate you. And if you want to join the Daniel Fast Journey Adventure, go ahead and go to eatplantsandprosper.com. Join, get your recipe set up, and let's get healthy 2021, y'all.
Woo!
Let's do it.
You about to be feeling so good,
man. I'm just trying to and I'm about to be working out with Daniel once a week too. Again, shout out to Daniel, my unofficial health coach. Shout out to Sinclair, my unofficial nutritionist and health coach. I'm saying I got my folks. We going.
Village.
Yeah. All right, beautiful people. Thank you again for joining the True Health Forever podcast, where we try to live our best life through the lens of holistic health. I'm your host, Devon Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game.
And I'm Sinclair, aka
the Health Nerd. Make sure y'all stay healthy. Make sure y'all stay mentally wealthy. And of course, make sure y'all stay true.
Truvel.